Hello everyone, welcome. Rabbi Abe here. I'm very excited because the month of Pisces is coming, and personally I wait for the month of Pisces all year because it is one of the most powerful months that you can transform even negative decrees, negativity that you've been, trying to break through, or obstacles that just won't quit. Blockages of finances or relationships, you feel like there's a dark cloud over your head. And the month of Pisces is the month where you can transform, as the Kabbalists explain, negative decrees and transform them, turn them upside down. I will explain. And so this is the month where we can dissolve negativity. The month of Pisces is unique. We know Pisces is a fish. And, what's interesting about Pisces, and in fact, the word fish, in English, fish is one, and it's also plural. The same word, unique in the English language. There's plurality and singularity within the word fish. We'll get to that. Why is that significant? Also, fish are found in the water. Did you ever notice that fish don't exactly, I think the majority of fish don't have eyelids. They don't close their eyes. The Kabbalists explain because they are surrounded with water, and water represents spiritual light. They are completely covered with this spiritual light all the time, and therefore protected from negativity. In fact, one of the tools that I'm going to give you towards the end, as well as a meditation specifically designed for the month of Pisces, is called mikvah, meaning immersing in a body of water to create purification. I'm going to explain that as well. So let's go a little bit into it. From the Book of Formation, the Sefer Yetzirah by Abraham the Patriarch, which is approximately 4,000 years old, Abraham tells us that the two letters that govern this month are the letter Kuf and the letter Gimel. Kuf stands for the constellation of Pisces, and the letter Gimel is for planet Jupiter, which rules this month. What is unique about the letter Kuf, it is the only letter that has a leg that goes down below the line that it's written on. Now, why is that significant? Well, this is key in transformation. The leg that goes down below the line that it's written on, as we know, the Hebrew letters are cosmic forces. They represent energetic forces through which we can control. In the book of Zohar, it says these letters are given to us to be able to control the actions of this world for positivity. When that leg goes down below the line, it means this letter has the potential to feed negativity. Meaning, whenever we do a negative action, it is via the letter Kuf, which stands for klipa, a shell, a negativity that comes about as a result of a negative action. That leg takes that light that we got from our negative action. It doesn't go back to the source. We don't get to keep that energy, and it doesn't go back to where it came from. It feeds. It feeds through the leg of the Kuf. It feeds the negativity in our life. And that's how negativity gets stronger. However, the same letter stands for what we call Kedusha. Now, Kedusha, literally, it means holiness. The Kabbalists would say whole. It's a wholeness, which means a complete force. Now, in the month of Pisces, since this is the letter of the month, this is activated to assist us to cause transformation from negativity, from pulling the negativity out from its root and transforming it to positivity, which it was meant to do. Unbelievable. I will show you how to do that. Okay. Also, another aspect of the water that the fish lives on is what represents the light of mercy, which we've spoken about in other classes, the light of mercy, which is what holds holds the spiritual light of the Creator to manifest in abundance, in health, in blessings, and also concealed miracles. It's interesting, and there's the clue to this in the Bible, right in the beginning of Genesis. It doesn't say anything about water being created, right? There's 6 days of creation. Everything is created in a specific day. That's also a code. But it says nothing about water. It talks about the constellations, it talks about the animals, it talks about the vegetation, everything. And of course, mankind, humankind. Doesn't say anything about the creation of water. All it says is, right in the very beginning, the Spirit of God hovers over the waters. Doesn't say where the water came from. Interesting. Now that is a hint. It is a clue. Because water represents an extension of the Creator's spiritual force that manifests as water. Think about it. Water, nothing can survive. Nothing can survive without water. Where there is water, there is an opportunity for life. Water is extremely important. In fact, before what we call the flood of Noah, water only represented one thing: life. And that force of water gave life. Like many people search for the fountain of youth. Well, all water was like that. Like the fountain of youth. You drink water, it gave you life. It gave you vitality. Now, it still does, but to a limited degree. And I say that why? Because the Kabbalists explain after the story in the Bible of Noah and the flood, whereas water was used for destruction, it caused a pagam, it caused a blemish, a spiritual blemish on water. And therefore, since water was also used for destruction, it doesn't have the exact same quality, endless life-giving force. It's limited. Nevertheless, of course, we still need water, and Kabbalistically, there is an opportunity when we understand how to charge our water. Okay, we have a video about that. Charge our water, we can bring it back as best we can to the state that it was, that water existed in energetically before the flood of Noah, so that it will once again act in a life-giving way for us. Okay, the letter Gimel, which controls Jupiter, we call the letter Gimel best foot forward. If you look at the letter Gimel, it looks like someone taking a step forward. And we know Jupiter represents abundance, spiritual growth, and all kinds of things like this. Now, the energy of the month of Pisces, and why it's one of my favorites, represents joy, miracles, and transformation of negativity. Now, if you have never read the Scroll of Esther or the Book of Esther, not that long, I highly recommend you read it. Because this month is the month in which this cosmic event, I don't even want to call it a holiday, the cosmic event of what is called Purim, Purim, for those who are unfamiliar, is celebrated. And we call this the holiday, again, for the Kabbalists, the ones who kind of know more the spiritual meaning behind the rituals and so on. Holiday of many things. It's transformation, it's miracles, it's the opportunity to transform, it's about sharing, and it is about, as I said, transforming negativity into positivity. And most importantly, and it may not sound as important at first glance, equality. Now, Now, I'm not talking about social equality. I'm not talking about political equality. No, no, no. I'm talking about equality between us and the Creator. Why is that important? Because the reason why we came to this world is for that reason. The secret of equality means that when we were in the endless light as a soul, the soul of humanity, which was one thing, and connected as one with the Creator's light, we somehow, without going into all the process, I do this one-on-one, we somehow separated from the Creator's light through a process known as tzimtzum, a rejection or a restriction. The souls said, no, I want to do something. I want to be a creator. I want to choose my receiving. I just don't want to be a passive recipient, because the pleasure I want is through my creation. And my ability to say, yes, I will receive, no, I won't. So I don't want you to just give me endlessly, even though for us now, that sounds like a pretty good deal. But we didn't think so in the endless world. So we came here to do something. And what we wanted to do was the ability to create as God, to be a creator as well. So we separated. And all of this world is to help us personify the Creator as the Creator. We can't obviously be the Creator, but we can be the Creator in what we do. We can create a family. We can create a relationship. We can create a business. Creative energy is what it's really all about. You see, we're either being creative or passive or destructive. We don't have too many options. Whatever we do in life, whether it's in our relationships, whether it's in any area of life, ask yourself, am I being creative or am I being just passive? And passive is almost kind of destructive because, you know, it says in the Talmud, when one is silent, it's as though they agree. I mean, and now what that means, if you do nothing, it's something, it's also something, and it's not positive, okay? So doing nothing, I mean, there is a time sometimes to do nothing when you're, you know, kind of in the middle of a situation, you don't know exactly what to do. Yes, wait, don't do anything until it becomes more clear to you, but you're ready to do something, right? But if you just sit and do nothing, and that's what you do, just doing nothing, kind of, you know, all the time, that's destructive. It's destructive to oneself, and it's destructive to the environment, because we affect our environment, whether we're aware of it or not. And so the equality is, you know, it's summed up in that parable that the Kabbalists tell of the rich man and the poor man. And the rich man is about to sit down to a full table of food, and he can't possibly eat it by himself. And here comes a poor man, and the rich man sees the poor man and says, "Oh, poor man, come and eat with me. You know, I see you're hungry. Must be you didn't eat in 3 days." He says, "Yeah, that's true. I haven't eaten in 3 days, and I am starving." He says, "Well, come and eat with me." And the poor man surprisingly says, "No, I don't need your food. Listen, I have my pride. I don't take charity from people. No, I don't need your food." And he begins to walk away. And the rich man says, no, wait a minute. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I have plenty of food. I can't possibly eat it by myself. Please eat with me. And he says, no. So this goes on for some time until the rich man says, "Poor man, please, I beg of you, please eat with me. You would do me such an honor and a pleasure if you will just sit and eat with me." At which point the poor man says, "Well, if you put it that way and it means so much to you, okay, I will eat." Now, what happens in this story? You'll see there's a shift of dynamic between the giver and the receiver. Who's the giver and who's the receiver? And it's almost like all of a sudden the poor man becomes a giver and the rich man becomes a receiver. But in fact, actually they are both. they both become giver and receiver. And this is spiritual equality. There's no shame in the receiving. As the Kabbalists explain, when one receives from food, when one receives food that from that which he didn't create, there is a shame to look in the face at the one who gives him food. Means eventually, at whatever level we feel shame for receiving without creative energy on our part being put in. But this way, he created an equality between the two. So both a giver, both a receiver, and there is no shame in the receiving, and the receiving capability is endless. Now we're supposed to understand what this means in life and how this affects us. This energy happens in Purim. This energy is revealed in the month of Pisces. And that's why I say I recommend highly you read the book of Esther, read the story. It's a story of imminent destruction, and then all of a sudden the whole table's turned from destruction to beneficence and abundance. That's what we can receive this month. It's a transformation that happens in the month of Pisces. It really is unbelievable, and that is why it is called a month of miracles and transformation, removal of negativity, and joy. When do you have joy? You know, the Kabbalists explain that happiness and joy is not an emotion. It's a force. It's an energy that you feel. It's not an emotion. Emotions are energy that I feel. You're generally based on me, based on myself. I feel happy, now I feel sad. You know, this happens, now I'm happy, and this happens, now I feel sad. I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is we can tap into the energy of joy for the entire year. It's a force, it's an energy. Because if our happiness is based on what happens today, you know, okay, today I'm happy, tomorrow might be miserable. Well, what good is that? I mean, that's not the reality, right? High and low, now I'm up, now I'm down, and my happiness is dependent on my environment. It's not supposed to be that way. In fact, the more happiness and appreciation we have, it's the greater vessel to receive more light, more abundance. So we have to learn how to be happy and how to tap into the energy of happiness so that we can draw more light, more energy, more beneficence into our life. Even in the down times, no reason to be down. We have to work on that. That's a spiritual work, to be happy even when things don't look so good, okay? To still have appreciation and maintain it. Difficult, easier said than done, but nevertheless, it's one of the key tools to maintaining the abundance in our life. So, let me give you some of the tools, and then I'll give you the meditation in the end. First of all, this month we meditate on the name from the 72 names, Ayin Resh Yud. Ayin Resh Yud. We meditate on that from the 72 names, and that is to tap in to the removal of all doubts and absolute certainty in what happens. Makes no difference if it looks good or it looks bad. Absolute certainty that the Creator's light is here, now, doesn't go away. Even when it doesn't look so good. Because when it doesn't look so good and we respond that way, oh, this is not so good, okay? We believe in it, we feed it energy, because negativity never has power on its own. But when we feed it, when we feed a negative situation, when we feed into whatever, we make it stronger. Because the rule is negativity has no power of its own. Only the energy that we give it. So when we believe that something is negative and we feed into it and we feel maybe a victim and then this happened with this one and so on and so forth, we feed into it and we create something out of it. We create something where it didn't have to be. Didn't have to be. It could have been just a blip on the screen and bypass. But We feed it, and now, it becomes a big wave. You understand? I'll give you a quick example that I learned from my teacher with regards to children. No, children always have reasons to complain and so on, valid, invalid, excuse me, but so very simply, when a young child, or any child, falls down and maybe skins their knee or something, there's a split second, especially a smaller child, where they will look at the parent's reaction, or they'll feel it, because young children feel that. And if the parent goes, are you okay? And then the very next thing you're going to hear is, ah! Why? Because in that split second, you fed the negativity. You fed pain in potential. There was potentially pain there. You fed it in that moment by your reaction. Strange. Now what should you do? The moment the falling happens, the parent should go, okay, get up, brush it off, throw it away. Does it hurt? Yeah. Oh, take it and throw it into the ground. Throw it into the ground. Young child, they don't know. This is what they should learn. Throw it away. Throw away the pain. And after they throw away the pain, hugs and kisses, love, and so on. Like this. Why in that order? Don't give hugs and kisses before. Oh, no, let me kiss it and make it better. Which is what most parents do. I don't know why we picked this up along the way. Because what we're doing in the association for the child is let me feed your pain. Because pain, and holding on to the pain brings loves and kisses. You see? I mean, think about this. Instead of throwing away the pain and letting the pain go gets hugs and kisses, the pain, I'm going to kiss it and the kiss is going to make it better. Not really. Being willing to let go of our pain. What's our problem, most of us? We have all kinds of stuff going on internally. We have pains, we have ideas, we have unconscious desires that were painful, we grew up with. We don't know what to do with them, and they're guiding our life. Well, this is the month where you can transform these things, but at the very least, if you really want to go deep, you got to learn you got to know what they are. You have to have some kind of awareness of what they are. So we don't want to reward negativity. We don't want to react to negativity. The negativity that we react to, we feed, we turn it into a monster, and then we need to deal with a monster now. But we create the monsters. There's no monsters in the light. So if you're really hooked into that light, there's no monsters. Whatever's going on, you have to take it in that way. You take it with, okay, but wait, the light, Creator's light didn't go anywhere. It's still here. But you're acting like no light. That's just not true. But if that's the way you act, that's what you got. Okay. So, another tool, so we said the Ayin Resh Yud is to help us overcome doubts. And the doubt is, now there's no light. No, there's always light. The letters Ayin Resh Yud from the 72 names to inject certainty. The light is always here. Another very powerful tool for this month. If you can find, if you're in a warm climate, I realize it's winter for many people. Not everybody is in Florida or in a warm climate, but if you are, find a body of water. Now, this is an order of preference. A natural body of water, be it a lake, a stream, or whatever. Second best, a pool. Okay, second best, a pool. Third best, even a shower. Okay, a shower. And if you're going to use a shower, then you would need to stand under the shower at least 3 minutes with the water covering you completely, with at least 10 liters of water. If, we can't measure it exactly, that is not necessary. But if you're standing under 3-4 minutes, chances are, if you have a decent shower, that at least 9 to 10 liters of water have been flowing over you. Now, this is the concept of mikvah. Mikvah. Spiritual purification using the power of water. Now, there are things to think about. I will tell you now in a brief meditation. You can use this when you're in the water. If you're in water, a body of water, ideal. Now, again, in order of priority, ideally, if you can be there with no clothes, that's great. If you can't be there, okay, with a bathing suit, okay, acceptable. You immerse yourself completely in the water with the meditation that I'm about to give you, okay? And imagine yourself being purified by the energy of water, like a fish, okay? Protection from everything, all kinds of negativity, transformation of all negativity, being purified of negative energies from other people's evil eye, negativity caused by complaining and caused by arguments and whatever experiences, past experiences, we want to cleanse. The most important is to have the desire to cleanse, And as I say, if you don't have a body of water to immerse yourself in, then a shower, okay? In the shower, again, but the water needs to be flowing over you for at least 3 to 4 minutes, okay? Now, while you are thinking about the following, okay? All right. And what you would do is, and this will be a guided meditation. By the way, there will be tools available for you on RabbiAbe.com. Different tools, okay? Those of you who have a free account, a Sky Pilot account, there will be a set of tools, the basic tools. If you have a Captain membership on our platform, Captain membership will be getting a very deep set of tools and mantras and meditation and a lot of good stuff, okay? So those of you who are Captain members, we appreciate it, and you'll have, you have the more enhanced version, okay, of things. Okay, but in any case, you close your eyes when you're in the water and imagine that the water is golden. It's like a golden water washing over you, and it's cleansing you of all forms of negativity, like a golden light, where negativity cannot exist in that place. And at the same time, if you can see it, bring it with you, you meditate on the 3 letters, the ayin, resh, yud, that you want and you desire to remove all forms of doubts, all forms of uncertainty in the spiritual process, all forms of doubts in the light, in the Creator's light, which is only good. And have that light fill your body entirely. Fill your body entirely. And when you do that, after you finish doing that, take all of that energy, take all of that light, push it out, don't hold on to it for yourself. Push it out and share it to all those who you know who might need this energy, okay? Now, remember, the 2 letters of the month, the letters Kuf and Gimel. Remember the fish, we're connecting to the energy of the unity of fish, unity, equality of fish. Kuf, we can use the letter Kuf this month to transform negativity into positivity, any negative decrees, any negative forces. We desire to transform them from the root level and cause elevation so that we can create joy this month, abundance, and true happiness, not only for ourselves, but for all the people around us. Remember, if you can at all, read it's a coded story because it's a concealed light within this story. read the story of the Scroll of Esther. This will be an additional connection for you during the month of Pisces. And I wish everyone blessings, an awesome month of Pisces, extremely powerful month. And I'll see you very soon in the next one. All the best, guys. All the best.